Are you ready? I am. I am ready to create the first episode of a series called something like having a business or being an entrepreneur, or maybe more something like no more bullshitting. This is what you really have to know about running an own business. Or simply maybe, why? Why are we doing this? I'm not sure about the title yet, but we'll see. And let's start with something I read this morning on the internet. And it goes like this. Want to get really, really rich? Starting your own business is the best way. Want your upside to be unlimited? Starting your own business is the best way. Want to be free to chart your own course, to make your own decisions, to make your own mistakes, to let the sky be the limit, not just financially, but also, and more important, personally. Starting your own business is the best way. Okay. My reaction, that was something like, fucking bullshit. Excuse my language, but this is so bad because this is not the truth. And I go on reading articles about how easy it is nowadays to be successful with your own business. Just applicate those 7 rules and these 10 habits and those 3 musts, and it will work. Now, I wonder, after reading all this, if I'm a total useless fool. Because that's what these articles do. They make me feel bad. Because if it would be that easy, running your own business, why isn't everyone doing it? And why am I having friends, dear friends, who had to quit their dream of having an own business? Because they simply couldn't stand the pressure anymore, the long working nights and no financial security. And still, should you start your own business? Yes, but only if you are so ready to take one of your biggest adventures in your whole life, and if you are willing to face the unknown, because that will show up. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Anna, your time expert, and I am very excited because this is very new for me, not the podcast. This is one of many episodes, but this one over there is a camera filming me, and this is very new, very, very new. And so hello to you guys out there, and hello my dear podcast listeners in here. I really hope that this is not losing any quality. Please tell me if that is the case. But this is a test, and let's see how it goes. You can find me, you over there seeing me, you can find me on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you want to. And my dear listeners in here, now you can see me on YouTube doing the podcast. Okay, so I'm Anna, your time expert, and we talk about time, your time. I'm someone who hadn't a clue of running a business, which was good. Someone who almost had to register insolvency twice. Someone who years after thought, wow, now it's working, and oh blimey, am I happy to have overcome the obstacles. And someone who a bit later had to realize, no, it's not working like that. Success can show up and then fade. And then it shows up again, maybe, hopefully, and then again, fading. Yeah. And did I ever imagine myself working that hard and that much? No, never, never. Am I suffering from the long days at work? No, I love it. I love it. It's not work. It's just, I wanted to say that might be a problem, but it's not. I love it. It's just so good. But it's a long story. But I love it. Sometimes I have to force myself to stop working. Anyway, what is it that I find the hardest to cope with running my own business? And what have I learned in all those years? And what were the signs for success? Would I see them today? And which tools am I working on every single day, or working with every single day, just to keep on going, to have a good mindset, to stay optimistic? And why in God's name did I end up where I am right now? Well, more to come on this one, and to answer these questions and many more, we have to start at the beginning. Once upon a time, I worked in a big company. They gave me a lot of responsibility and freedom because I delivered results, and not just that, I delivered ideas. But then this one day came where my boss said, "It's a good idea, Anna, but we can't do this here." And I heard it again and again. So now my ideas, they were starting to hit the ceiling. There was no room for them anymore. And that's when I said, thank you for all those incredible years, but now I think I have to move on. Did I ever have a dream of becoming independent? No, not really. But that was the moment when I started thinking about it. And I had a partner in crime who also was ready to go for it, to be independent. So we said, let's create a workshop business, because that's what I did, where we would sell good personal self-development workshops, like many others. And we had no idea of running a business, and we just started without thinking too much, which maybe was good, but boy did we do mistakes. And just to share one of it, we saved money, but like loads of saved money for writing pads, pens, envelopes, and other nonsense, useless gadgets. And for whom we didn't have one client. We made a high-build homepage with a good graphic designer, and we did everything like how you should do it. But did we know how to sell our workshops? We had no idea, and we were bad at it, especially me. And just a few months after starting, my partner in crime started to find more interest in another product which he had invented, which had nothing to do with our business. And today I understand that this other product for him was more fancier But at the time, it felt as if someone was pulling the ground away beneath my feet. And at that time, I remember myself going out for a walk in despair, calling one of my best friends, Krista, and I remember her saying, Anna, you have to change your mindset right away, because this business, you're going to do this alone, all by yourself. He is with his own project. Let go. It's just you. I remember it as if it was yesterday, but it's like about 7 or 8 years ago. And you know, my partner in crime, he wasn't just my business partner, but also in life. And but our visions, and not just, I mean, really not just for business, but our life and love visions for the future were starting to separate from each other. And the profound love I once had was fading. Even couples therapy didn't help anymore. And to make a long story short, after having spent many years with him filled with love, I left him. And the procedure of the following year was heavy, because there were broken hearts, the grief, and having this company which we started together. There I was. Now what did I do? I thought, okay, so let's create some good workshops. I isolated myself in the office. I thought I was working, but man, today I know I had no clue what hard work really means. No idea. And I was just distracting myself. A little bit of here, a little bit of there. You know, you fill your days like this. But did I do the essential? No. Go deep and try to create one of the best workshops ever? No. Did I go out and show myself and say, hi, I'm Anna and I do good workshops? No, because never ever, because I didn't dare. I was just in my office, so happy, being there, all alone, isolated. That's what I mean, that's good, isn't it? But then another problem occurred, one which was far more visible. My money was running out. I never had a lot, you know, but now it started to be critic. And that's when my bookkeeper told me the first time that I have to go into insolvency. I panicked, and that's when I wrote a list of 10 names of people I knew. And I started to call them with the sweatiest hands ever, and ask them if they would like to have a workshop. And you can't imagine the courage I had to take to do this. But the knife was on my throat, so there was no way around it. One guy said yes, he wanted a workshop. Another guy proposed a real good job offer, with the positive effect of earning 200,000 Swiss francs, dollars, euro a year. And I was so happy, excited about the yes for the workshop. So I thanked no to the job offer. But now, fed up with relationships, owning a poorly working business, I still figured out a plan. I thought it was a good plan. I remember sitting in Sylvia's garden, one of my best friends, And I told her about my so perfectly worked out plan for the future. No more man, but maybe a dog. And some other stuff were in the plan. And that night at 11:30 we looked up the clubs from the town, took the bicycles, rode to a small discotheque and ordered a caipirinha to toast on her birthday at midnight. And you know, I remember it so good because really this evening I felt so good. I was a little bit, hey, I'm back under control. I have a plan. I know what I want. And that's when everything changed. Because I saw Samuel, my husband, for the first time that night. And from one second to the other, my perfect plan was becoming, let's say, questionable. But believe me, I fought against all those emotions and strange feelings showing up. For weeks, I fought them. Because, I had a plan. And I would go for the plan. It was a little bit more than just no man and having a dog, but I thought it was a good plan. But no. And this, my dear ones out there, is another story. It's a lovely love story, but today we talk about business. So let's go back to business. And let's move forward. For almost a year, Samuel hadn't a clue what I was doing for business. He knew, workshops and stuff like that, but whenever he asked me about it, I answered, oh, let's not talk about business. I don't want to bore you. But one afternoon, he came home and I was sitting there at the kitchen table, tears running down my cheeks, dropping on the unpaid bills. And I was so ashamed to tell him the truth. That I had a business which wasn't working at all, and that my money was really running out by now. Because in the year I had some small workshops, but yeah, it was like nothing, just to keep me overboard. So we went to our favorite Italian restaurant, ordered a bottle of wine, which would help me to tell him everything about my non-functioning business. And this is when he came up with the famous question, and some of you guys have already heard it, and it's good to hear it again, because the question which was one of the turning points in my life in business. And for sure many others to come, and you will see and I will tell you, but this I would consider was the first one. Anyone like this? We sat at the table, staring at the screen of my laptop, scrolling through my homepage. It was nice, but boring. Like many others. Nothing different than the others, giving workshops. And there were about 10 different workshops on it, like a communication workshop, a public speaking workshop, a self-development workshop, a time management workshop, and many others. And he looked at me and asked the question, how would Anna do it? And I said, like, what? How would you do it? If you could do a website, how would it look like? Would it look like this? Oh no, I said. It would be wild. Next question from Samuel. How about the workshops? How would Anna do it? I said, oh, if I could, I would only do the one I love, the one about time. And how would you do the workshop, he asked. Oh, I said, I wouldn't do the classic time management workshop anymore because that just doesn't work. I would do it totally different. And then he looked at me with this look like, you don't have anything to lose, so why don't you just do it? And this, my dear listeners out there, now I ask you, if you were the only one to decide, and you know what? You are. How would you do it? Even if you work in a team, even if you are employed, then even more, ask yourself again and again, how would I do it? And no matter in which situation you are, no matter where you are, ask yourself this question, how would I do it? Now take it into the next week and just play with it, try it out and see what happens, because suddenly you see that, we're doing so much because we're told how to do it, or that's just the way it should be, isn't it? But no, it's going to be very interesting if you do it your style, if you do it your way. That's like bang. Well, and that's where we finish for today. I mean, that's really this question. It changed so much in my life, and I'm gonna tell you in the next episode what happened after that, and I'm gonna tell you in maybe the next episode how did success suddenly show up and why. And then how it was to have it, and how it was to lose it a little bit, and how it was heavy to handle that because you thought, I did it. No, you know. So it's a very good story. It's a long story. I'm gonna share everything with you because I think it might help you. And if you know someone who is independent, please share it with you. I would have been happy if I would have listened more to those things, stories which not always succeed and which are not that easy, like everyone is telling us, you know. But yeah. Oh dear, I'm so excited about this and this over there. Oh, I hope you guys are going to like it. And the only thing I can say is now take care. Go out. Go and create moments for yourself and for others. And to all the new ones, because I saw many new subscriptions, welcome on board. Welcome on this journey, which is called Life, and where we talk about your time, which is the best topic ever. And now just go and celebrate life. Just celebrate life. Yeah. That's all for today. Wait, do I have anything else to say? Wait. Yes, I have something else to say. For the next 3 months, I am focusing on this podcast channel. I'm gonna put some quality in there. I'm gonna give you a text, like so you can see where I talk about what at which time. I will see that for some of you guys who don't speak very well English, please tell me. I can send you the text as well, because I always have a text. What else? I might find a sponsor which will sponsor this channel so that we can continue, which I would love to, because this is great. And yeah, that's all. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. And off I am.